Welcome to the Tom Bernard Show with
Co-host Kathryn Brandt.
And Andy Brandt Bernard.
Happy Veterans Day.
11/11.
Big salute.
Veterans Day today. That's right.
Yes, my dad was a veteran. My brother is a veteran. Tons of my uncles were veterans.
We have a lot of
was a veteran.
veteran listeners, I know that much.
Yes, a happy Veterans Day. Thank you for your service.
Indeed. It's true. My father was in the U.S. Navy during World War II.
And your brother Terry?
He was in Vietnam.
He was
so
in
there
Vietnam. Yep, lots of veterans out there.
Lots of them out there.
Well, I know a lot of people who are or knew World War II veterans and Vietnam veterans, but not very many veterans of Korea.
No, that's very true.
I don't know if I know a single person who's was in Korea or is adjacent to someone in Korea.
Yeah, I don't really know why that seemed to be a smaller war somehow.
Yeah, there must be a lot fewer people. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Lindsay Basham, Ralph's Dr. Basham's now retired wife, she did a documentary on the Korean War
Oh, yeah?
that I couldn't watch because I would just start to cry. So
Let's see. World War II, total served 16 million.
Jesus. Oh, God.
Korean War, 5.7 million. So that's
Yeah,
still
still
a
a
lot
lot,
of people. And then Vietnam was 8.7. So
it paled in comparison to World War II.
it was a lot less, but still almost 6 million
Yeah,
Americans.
it's a lot of people. Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
Well, it was a lot less people because of the armor they used. Because during World War II, it wasn't as upgraded as it was all those years later. In other words, they didn't really need all those people after a while.
We
because
got better at war.
A lot of missiles shot, a lot of airplanes.
Well, Vietnam
shooting rockets.
Korea only was 3 years. So there is that. So actually, year for year, Korea, more people went into it than in Vietnam because Vietnam lasted 9 years. But it's still, it's only a 3-year conflict. So you had to have been born in a very specific window, I guess, to have gone out there.
Yep.
Probably true.
Yes, but happy Veterans Day to the veterans.
Yes, happy Veterans Day to all the veterans and all the people that stayed at home worried about their veterans.
Yeah, and their families. Yes,
their
absolutely.
families. No doubt about that.
I remember getting those little envelopes from my brother. They're airmail. It used to be like an airmail thing with a red, white, and blue border around it, and it was like tissue paper. And I remember every time we got one of those, it was very exciting in our house for my brother.
Isn't it weird that when you talk about World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War, not one of my relatives was even hurt, much less killed in any of those? But the 3 who were murdered were all murdered in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So that's real nice.
Go figure.
You go fight a war all you want, then you come back to Minnesota and get killed.
Yeah, my dad was almost killed.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was wounded pretty bad.
He was wounded really bad.
He was indeed.
The
Percentage of Americans who served in World War II that were wounded, only about 4% actually.
Oh, that's
really?
good.
So actually, the odds are pretty good that you came back just fine, physically anyway. So there
Well,
you
we
go.
lost if you go to any of the cemeteries, there's a lot of World War II vets in the cemeteries.
No, he's talking
Well,
about
that doesn't
the
mean
Korean
they
War.
died at war.
No,
though.
I mean but the time. Yeah,
Yeah, 400,000 Americans still died in World War II. It's just so many people. It was 16 million Americans served in World War II.
Well, that's true. And we were all over the place.
Yeah, so even 2.5% of that is still hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, and I mean, the United States went and joined up with British
Right.
soldiers and with, everybody. So
Yeah, we kind of came in after all the
bolstered everybody. Definitely.
hideous things happening in Europe were they weren't over, obviously, but a lot of them had been, the countries that were getting ravaged had been ravaged by then. So it's no reason to go there.
I would like it so much if we never had to go to war anymore.
Yeah, that would be pleasant.
We just
There's no
knock it
question.
off.
Actually, Andy, your generation is the first generation in I think 4 generations that didn't have to go to war.
Didn't have a draft.
Yeah, they had a draft. I got drafted when I went and took my test. I had a hernia, so I couldn't go into the service.
Did the Civil War draft? I wonder. I don't actually know.
I don't know that either.
I don't know either.
I would assume.
A 107-year-old Navajo code talker passed away recently.
Oh,
Charlie in Albuquerque
107 's
said
pretty good run.
107. Holy
107 years
moly.
old. There you go.
Both
I
sides
hope-
in the Civil War did have a draft. So, yeah, drafting has been around for quite a while.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I guess, how about the Revolutionary War? Let's
Oh,
see.
I wonder.
Go back
That's
and-
interesting.
Let's go back
That
in
goes
time.
back a ways.
Well, there was not a draft then. They just forced you to fight, I would assume.
Well, it's basically, it's conscription, which is basically the
Right.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The American Revolutionary War didn't have a national draft, obviously, because there wasn't a nation. But yes, there was still compulsory service. So
Yeah.
there you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
So yeah, it's been like 250 years of constantly being drafted that ended in what, the 70s?
Pretty hard to get people to go someplace where they might get their ass shot off
True.
without forcing them to do
Yep.
it.
Yes, it
I
is.
mean, really.
Well, Brittany, she wasn't drafted. She went over there.
Yeah, she did.
Well, I mean, yeah,
People still
there's a
do
lot
it.
of people that are called to serve, but I mean, the younger you are, the more likely you're going to be going into the front lines and,
Yep.
as they say, be cannon fodder. So, but I don't know if they do that anymore. Most of it's all tactical
absolutely
stuff
they do.
now.
No,
Really?
they do. There's plenty of footage of the Russian-Ukraine war, and it's all just a bunch of young men going and dying in the fields, just like
Yeah.
it has been forever.
Stupid. It's all so stupid.
Just like it has been forever. I mean, eventually it'll probably be robots killing robots, but it's going to be a long time because a robot capable of fighting a war is a lot more expensive than the life of an 18-year-old kid,
I guess.
unfortunately.
I just don't understand how. I mean, the territories are all kind of established. If you nuke all of our soil, then we can't grow crops that are healthy or safe to sell to you, sell back to you.
Yeah.
And we're nuking your. It just all of it makes no sense. Just stop being land grabbers, please.
Yes. Well, that's what it's all about, too. It's all
Most
about
of
the
it is,
land.
yes.
It's very, very true. No question
Just-
about it.
Give everyone 1/8 billionth of the earth,
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
chosen randomly. So you just get one. Wonder how much is 1/8 billionth of the earth? How much would you get?
Well, to taking away the oceans, because nobody wants any just
No.
plain old water in the middle of the
Well, no.
Atlantic. No, thank
Yeah,
you.
so if you get beachfront property, you're in really good shape.
Yeah,
Really?
then they'd all be trying to kill each other for the beachfront property.
Yes, they would.
Just be, I got Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Well, Oklahoma,
I got
you can grow
Miami.
corn. You can grow corn in Oklahoma. It depends on who you are, I suppose.
That's true.
I guess.
Anyway,
I guess that's probably true, but you guys, Andy, you don't really have to go visiting grave sites or anything on these days, do you? There's nobody that was really
I don't
buried.
personally know anyone who died at war, no.
Right,
died
exactly.
at war. Well, no, but you could go see your grandpa. But the problem is Veterans Day and Memorial Day. All the cemeteries are so packed.
They are, yeah.
I mean, other times if you went, the weekend before, the weekend after, you're not going to have a hard time getting in and finding parking at the National Cemetery, which is vast.
What is HOA? That's what is it?
Homeowners Association.
HOA's not for me, says
Yeah, I
Howard.
don't love them, but we live in places that have HOAs.
I suppose we do. What are
Yeah.
you going to do? So-
Everyone could get about 200,000 square feet to themselves if we just divided it randomly.
200,000 square feet.
Pretty good. That's about
good.
that's about 15 acres.
Oh.
I mean, a lot of it's going to be in like Antarctica, but still.
Yeah, you're going to have to take away mountain tops and
Yeah,
you're
that's
going
the
to have
other
to carve
thing is
that down. I don't think you're going to
Mountains
get
into
that much.
Antarctica and
Yeah.
just like
Have to have
inhospitable.
water. Have to have
Yep.
water access.
I don't know. I'd still
Otherwise,
take
what's
the odds.
point?
15 acres. 15 acres in Antarctica, all by to myself.
Yeah. There you
Oh,
go.
and plus I've got 3 family members, so actually we'd end up with 60 acres in Antarctica.
See, there you go.
It'd be ice barrens.
They
The
could
dream
be.
come true. No question, dream come true. That's all there is to it.
So Kristyn should be on at some point because normally
point.
Kostaki would be on, but we didn't tell her that Kostaki is in Berlin and he was supposed to be on yesterday, but his
Yeah, it didn't
StreamYard link didn't work. So
Right.
we
No,
were all
it's just he had a
excited.
hotel internet, and hotel internet is not good.
Yeah, and we were all excited to hear about his experience meeting his brother's donor, who is German, which is the reason why they're
Yes.
over there.
There
Yes.
you have
What did
it.
he donate again?
His bone marrow.
Bone marrow. Yeah. Ooh.
Mike Burns says Veterans Day is for the living, Memorial Day is for the
Yes.
departed.
This is
Oh,
true.
yeah, that's true. So
Yeah.
I guess you wouldn't
I
visit
know.
a grave on Veterans Day anyway.
Well, you could.
Well, you probably would,
You
yes.
could.
I mean, it's,
Absolutely, you could.
Could, I suppose, yes.
we used to back
Not
in the
a bad
day.
idea.
It's all true, no question about that. I just, I don't really do that anymore, and it's not out of disrespect or whatever, but to stand at a gravesite for me has never felt all that comfortable.
No, I don't know. It just makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, you're not very
Yep.
good with even going to funerals
No.
or weddings
Or weddings for that. Yeah, that is true.
or out of the house for that matter.
Yeah, never leaving the house. It's just how it is.
I don't know.
No question. Well, Andy, it's a good thing I stayed at home all day today because we had a guy
Yes.
come over. The kitchen sink was clogged. Yeah. And it was clogged with 15 feet of
God knows what.
refuse in the pipe that goes all the way. It
Well,
goes 15 feet.
We don't put garbage down. I mean, we use a garbage disposal, but I don't use it very much because I know that. I mean, we're on
That happens, yeah.
we're on the 16th floor of a building, so I just always assume the higher up you go, the worse it is to use your garbage disposal for everybody.
Well,
I don't know.
Your piping is your own until you reach the stack, and it's
Yeah.
Right.
very uncommon for a stack to get clogged like that.
Right.
And if
Oh.
a stack gets clogged, you're in serious trouble. So
Well, we tried the plunger, we tried liquid plumber, which apparently we found out is a bad thing for the coil. Whatever the coil is, I do not know what it
the
is.
coil.
That's
Apparently
very
there's
true.
a coil in because
I
it
have
came
no
from our
idea.
sink. I don't know what the coil is, but it's bad for it. So I did use
no
a whole
coil.
bottle of liquid plumber, the gel kind, that everybody said was the best. It made it so that the water at least drained out a little bit, but it was still really clogged. So I called the plumber on the way to Jude's vet appointment, and he was in the building.
Yeah. Well, I think he lives here.
Oh, he lives here?
I'm not sure, but it sounded like he lives here.
Oh,
All right, then.
Well, he said he was here and he showed up on time, and that's the only thing that's worked out really well the last few days.
Yeah, he's a really good guy, actually. I talked to him quite a bit, and he's a really nice
Been
man.
kind of one of those weeks where it's just like, why is everything so
Yep.
hard?
Oh, yeah.
We had a while back. We had our the sink in our laundry room did that.
That's really common for those things.
The problem, well, it's because it's right above the kitchen sink, so all the crap that goes through the kitchen sink ended up at the bottom where the laundry tub is, and so the laundry tub started backing up, and then you have to worry about E. coli and that sort of thing, and
Not
because
really.
it didn't back up, it got out, it filled the tub and then kept going.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. Well, because every time we
Oh.
ran water in our kitchen, it would go down to that sink, and we didn't know it was not draining.
Oh. It seems
That
like there
is
should be
the
some sort of
worst.
an alarm or something.
Well, you can get those. I just didn't think.
No, you don't think about that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's all a giant pain in the ass.
Speaking of giant pains in the ass,
Uh-oh. Does that mean we have somebody joining us right now?
Uh-oh.
Giant pain in the ass, Kristyn Burtt.
Oh, sweatshirt.
sweatshirt weather.
It's so
Cold.
cold here this morning.
It's
I
cold
love
Oh,
here
I bet.
today. Some sort of Arctic blast is all over the place.
I
we
bet.
we had 38 for a low overnight, which is what?
38?
That's chilly.
Wow, that actually
Yeah.
is cold, really cold.
Yeah, and it's
for
in the
Florida.
50s today.
It,
Yeah,
up,
that's
up
cold
in
for here.
up in Orlando, it was the high of 35 today.
I heard, somebody I know in
Wow.
Atlanta got snow. There's snow.
I know
flurries.
Chicago got Chicago got real
did.
snow. It
It did,
sucked.
yeah.
Yeah, this is really early.
It's just a cold front. We're going to be up to 60 again in a few days.
Yeah.
Oh, all
that's
right.
what it
It's a
said.
baby
Yeah,
cold front. I'll
massive
take
cold
those.
front came in and froze the country, and then it's going to warm right back up. It's very
There
weird.
you go.
We've got 4 days of rain ahead, which is great.
Oh,
you
yeah.
want
need
that
it
for
all
Los
the time.
Angeles.
Yeah,
You like the
you
rain?
always
Need it.
need rain.
Yeah.
It's all true.
Yeah, I took Jude to the vet this morning, and the woman behind the counter says, "You're from Minnesota? How cold is it there? Do you have snow
that's
up to
what
your
people always
eyeballs
think.
every? How long is your winter? Is it 9 months long?"
I mean, it's 6
Close.
months
I'm like,
long,
"Well, where are you
so-
from?" She said, "Indiana." I'm like, "That's
That's
not
not that
that
different.
much different.
Yeah.
It's different. It's not as long."
It's maybe just colder, and a little bit longer. I mean,
Yeah.
coming from Massachusetts and then going to a
Right.
Minnesota winter, there was a difference. But,
Yeah,
Indiana to Minnesota feels a lot less than
Yeah.
Massachusetts.
I know.
Right.
I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah. Well, I feel like the coast keeps everything more temperate no matter what.
Yeah, I suppose. Except for Orlando, which got down to 35. Or 35 was
They're
the
in the
high
middle of the
yesterday.
state.
They're right in
Yeah.
the middle of the state, so that's just how it
Middle.
goes.
Yeah, I looked. Our high coming up later on this week was like 59 degrees. I'm like, we have been at 85 the
Us
last
too.
week and a half.
We
so
have too.
it's a wild swing. And my poor cats are such California cats. They are so spoiled. It gets cold, and you would think that we have them out in the tundra right now. You know, they're just burrowed under blankets. I'm like, calm down. You're fine.
I know, and I just got Jude groomed because he was so hot, and then the next day we get a cold front.
You're going to
But
feel
he
a
doesn't
sweater.
mind. He doesn't mind. Oh, all the dogs have sweaters out on the street.
We have a new listener, Joseph Nielsen, asking, who's Jude?
Jude is our
Who's Jude?
dog.
Jude's our
He's the
dog.
dog.
Our
Okay, but he's not
Cavalier
here right
King
now, right?
Charles.
He's right
No,
next
he's
to
here.
Mom.
He's just sleeping. He had his vaccinations this morning, so he's going to be tired.
He's tired.
He's
Tired
tired.
doggy.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kristyn Burtt, Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. What's going on, Kristyn Burtt?
We lost Sally Kirkland.
Really?
She passed away. Yeah, she was 84. And this was expected over the weekend. It had been announced that she went into hospice, so this wasn't a huge surprise. But you know, her career pretty amazing. I was like looking because I knew she had been nominated for an Oscar for Anna, but you go through and she's got quite a resume. You know, The Way We Were. She did Revenge with Kevin Costner, Cold Feet with Keith Carradine. She did Ed TV, JFK, Oliver Stone's movie. You know, you go on Bruce Almighty with Jim Carrey. Like, she really was one of those, more of a character actress that I think more people like that were real cinephiles knew who she was than actual like entertainment fans per se.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it. I know the
Who was she
name.
in Bruce Almighty?
What?
Who was she in Bruce Almighty?
I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't seen that movie in a million years, so you'd
It's
have to
been
go.
a long time.
don't
We
know if I've
actually
ever
just
seen it.
watched it a few years ago. Trying to find out. Sally Kirkland. I don't know who that character is.
Well, that's too bad, but 84 is a good run.
Yep.
84 is a
That's
good
not bad.
run. She had had a pretty severe fall over the last week and a half, so
Yeah.
it's sadly, you know, it was one that probably led to or maybe accelerated her
Yeah.
her passing. So it was sad, but yeah. But a good body of work. That's the good thing. Her
Margaret
legacy
says-
lives on.
Jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu.
That's our dog. We call him Jiu-Jitsu.
Who's
sometimes.
Jude? Jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu, of course.
He's got a lot of names. Judith when
does.
he's bad.
Judith when he's a
Judith,
bad
you
boy.
stop that right now.
Yeah, we've always done that with our animals. Melissa found
Yeah.
it weird for a long time when we were like first going out. It's like all the
Really?
various nicknames we have for our animals because we like never call our animals by their names.
Judy.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
Judy's
Wheezy,
close.
we had so many.
Yeah, Wheezy.
Well, because her name was Louise. We called her Wheezy,
Or Squeeze Cat.
Squeeze,
Yeah.
Squeezella
Yeah, that's the
DeVille.
point of having a pet, not calling them by their name. Like Linus, we call him Buddy. His name has been Buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Buddy. He's such a buddy. And then London, she gets called London, but she's at the time like, where's the tiny one, the little one? She's
Yeah.
so little, so we're always looking for the little one.
Cassie
Yeah.
was either Razzie Cussle or Razmataz.
Razzmatazz. There you go.
Razmataz. We have a text in for Kristyn. Is there supposed to be a premiere for Now You See Me, Now You Don't?
A premiere, like a red carpet premiere?
I think that's what they mean, yes.
Yeah. And let me see when the actual premiere date is, because it's usually about a week before.
While you're looking that up, we have a listener whose Cavalier King Charles just got a bath yesterday. Oh, they sent a picture. I'll have to put that up.
Oh, here we go.
I
I'll
love
have to put that up
Gabby
on the screen.
so much. Jude was at daycare the other
Cavies.
day, and she said there were 9. I think she said 9 cavies in there
9
one
cavies,
time.
yep.
She
Wow.
said they had so much fun.
Getting popular, I guess.
Because cavies recognize each other.
Yeah, they do.
They'll stop,
They do.
they'll look across the street, and you're like, oh, there's another cavy. They know.
Right. Here's
Yep.
Kylo, the cabbie.
Kylo.
Right after a bath.
Hello?
Oh my god, that's so cute.
He's like, I'm wet.
That's the look. Why do you torture me with this water?
The greatest.
So cute.
Crazy.
That's very cute.
The Now You See Me premiere happened last night in New York.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So you should be, if you pull it up on the internet, you will see all of the fabulous red carpet photos. Isla Fisher, Woody Harrelson, you'll see them all. Renee Rapp, they were all there for the red carpet. But yeah, I don't think they're doing an LA premiere because I'm working a few red carpets this week, and we're already at Tuesday. Usually premieres are on Monday or Tuesday before a movie comes out, because you'll see Now You See Me 3 in theaters this weekend.
There you go. Margaret is having a big day. Margaret says, wow. Margaret says, aw.
Oh, at the
She's
picture
into
of the dog.
puppies. She's into puppies.
It's great.
The cabbie.
We love it. It's absolutely true. So, such is life.
I was invited by somebody to go to a Cavalier play group.
Oh, yeah?
This is years ago. And I actually went for some reason. I think it was a listener. And I went there, and she wasn't there, and the ladies that were there acted like I was some sort of very strange interloper that was not welcome. I remember thinking, how weird.
It's so awkward
How
when people
weird
don't
this group is.
welcome you to a place. Like when someone is new, don't you want to say, hi, who are you? Welcome. Like, how'd you hear about us? Like, instead of the mean girl middle school stuff that we all went through.
Yeah, and these weren't like a bunch of youngsters that were like, who's this old lady? Or, I mean, it was just like a big, it was a group of people. It's like I should have been able to enjoy myself, but
We all have something in common, like dogs and the same, I don't know. That's
But-
I don't know, it's just a very strange situation.
Let me ask you a question. I have been saying now for a couple of years, maybe even 3 years, that people are meaner now than they've ever been in my life. They've got a mean side to them. And I don't know if it's to protect themselves from other nut jobs or whatever it is, but people are very mean right now. Why
I think
is
we've
that?
all become very cliquish.
Yeah, maybe.
Because of, mostly I think it's politics.
Politics, yep.
Everybody's like worried about what everybody else is going to say or think or do or
Well, let me ask you a question about that.
vote for. Oh my God, what happens if they don't vote for who I want to vote for?
Yeah. But I don't understand that. We have all lived different lives. If you vote Democrat, good for you. If you vote
Exactly.
Republican, good for you too. We've lived different lives. I'm not going to get mad at somebody because their political leanings.
Some people, that's their whole
Oh,
identity.
it's everything.
That's their
Everything.
whole identity.
I just don't get it. I mean, it's just,
I don't think you ever can. It's like,
No.
I don't think that you're good cult material.
no, I guess not.
I think you'd be kicked out of a cult.
I'd
Probably.
cult.
Yeah, it would not
I'd
a
be
very good
way
cult
kicked out
member.
of a cult.
Me
I'm
too.
like,
I
I don't
am not-
subscribe to any of it, the nonsense.
No, I am
I
not
can't
cult
do it.
material either.
It's all true. By the way, I should mention, I don't know if Kathryn mentioned this or not, but she might have last week, I think maybe, but Kathryn and I are closing out every night now with corner gas again. We finished it
You're
off.
back to corner gas.
We're back to corner
Well,
gas again.
it's been many years. It was on for I don't know how many seasons, and we usually just, it's like, I don't really want to go to bed yet, but I don't really want to get involved in
Right,
anything, and
right.
I don't, blah, blah, blah. So it's just like corner gas, little 20-minute show. It's always funny.
Yeah, and sometimes it's a nice comfort show for you guys. Everyone
It
has their
is.
comfort show,
Yep.
and
Yep.
there's just times you're like, I just need my brain to kind of turn off. I already know the story. I don't have to pay attention. Who are these characters? What's the storyline? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we've been, after about a year-long break, we're finally going back to Bluey. Ethan, he was not interested in it for ages.
Oh, really?
But the thing that we do now is we watch it during dinner because he won't eat. He'll only eat if he is watching something.
Oh, it was one of
And we
those,
tried
yeah.
for months and months. We're just
Yep.
like, no screens, no anything during dinner, just eat your
Yep.
food. And he just didn't eat anything. It's
Too
the weirdest thing.
distractible.
But
think
yeah,
that-
so we put
Well-
Bluey on because it's calm. It's something he can watch before bed and not get all riled up and that sort of thing. And he watches it and he eats his food. So
I don't know why that is. I don't remember parents when you guys were growing up having all of these sit at the
No, I ate
table and
everything.
eat. But like Alex's kids, they would drive me crazy because they didn't sit.
I remember,
They stood
yeah.
up. They had all these towers. They would get down, run around, come
Yep.
back, take a bite, get down, run around. Dinner would take 2.5 hours.
Oh my God.
I remember
They
we'd,
would-
go,
I
we'd
mean,
come to
it's
your
like-
house a lot, and yeah, they would just they'd come to the table and eat a bite, and then
Yeah.
they'd just go do something for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then
Oh
they
my
come
God,
back
I
and
would
have
have
another
been yelled
bite.
at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would just, I mean, I was like, is the food going to be okay by the
I
time
know.
they finish
No
it?
one wants cold food. Dinner was at 5:00, and it was sit down at the kitchen table. There's
Yep.
no TV. There's
Right.
no anything,
No
not even a
phones.
book. I mean,
No.
because I was a big reader, and my mom would be like, "The book has to go away for now."
No.
You know, she's like, "We'll talk about our day." She'd be like, "What'd you do at school?"
Well, we didn't even
spend a
have a
half an
TV
hour
within
talking.
eye shot or whatever of our table.
No.
Because our table was right next to the kitchen, like
Yep.
it's still basically the kitchen.
Yep.
And we didn't have a TV in that room. We had one in the adjacent rooms.
Yep.
But you couldn't watch TV at the kitchen table where
I
we grew
did
up.
that. I always did that on purpose to get the TV away from the main areas because I didn't want that thing on all the time blasting. It drives me crazy.
Our TV's barely ever on. It just there's only really one place in our house that it makes any sense. Ours is a
Yeah.
very open concept, so it's
Yeah,
like most
that's
of the
true.
walls just don't make any sense to have a TV on them except that one.
Yeah, but why is this a phenomenon? It's just because parents don't care, or
No, we
everybody's
tried
just too
for so
busy,
long, but
or
it's what works for Ethan. I don't know.
I guess.
He's the same way at restaurants. If there's no TV, it doesn't matter. He'll just go run around the aisles the entire time.
Well, he is 4.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, like if he's still doing this when he's 8, then I'm gonna be like, yeah, we got a problem. But
Yeah.
at
We
3
didn't
and
go out
4
for dinner when we were little.
Yep.
My parents never would have done that.
No, and we don't.
Well,
really
I
anymore
did. I
either.
went out to dinner
Did
with my
you?
parents on Friday nights, but I was the
Did
kid
you?
that could sit at the table and be perfectly well mannered. My brother,
Oh.
once he came along, ruined all of that. Like I went everywhere with my parents, and then my brother was running
That's-
around
It just
everywhere.
takes one.
chaos.
Yeah, Alex
Yeah.
would sit, Andy would not. He was under
No,
the
I
table,
hated
dumping
being
the
at dinner.
salt, dumping the pepper, doing something. He was always, let's go. When are we
I
leaving?
thought I was so fancy getting a Shirley Temple with 18 million cherries in it. That was
Yep.
like
yes.
so decadent. And I would just sit there. And we used to go to Valley's. Valley's was this place in New England. It doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately. And they used to have a lobster pie with like sherry and cheese and big hunks of lobster meat. And that is what I would order at 3 and 4 years old. And I'd just sit there with my Shirley Temple. I was the weirdest kid ever. Every kid now is like chicken nuggets,
Yeah.
spaghetti.
Chicken tenders, chicken
Butter
tenders,
noodles.
yes.
No, Alex's kids were all about the fancy drink from a very young age, which was
Yep.
just, I think it was soda water and cranberry
and a little bit of
juice.
cranberry juice to make
And
it look
they
fancy.
loved their fancy drink. That's what they called it. And they
Yep.
might still. I don't know.
Look at the different lives we've had, because what's stuck in my brain now is my mother responding every time that one of us said, "Why don't we ever go to a restaurant?" And my mother would say, "Where are we going to get restaurant money?"
Well, you worked at a restaurant. Get some free food. There you
Yeah,
go.
Well-
Mom, come on.
Yeah. I can't imagine trying to take out 7 kids.
Well, they weren't all.
No,
we were-
God, no.
That's hard. Yeah,
No.
very hard.
Well, we
When-
weren't all together at once ever. All 7 kids never lived in the house at the same time.
How big is the
Never?
gap between Troy and Terry? Like 20
Terry-
years?
Well, let's see. Troy is 16 years younger than me. I think I was 16 when he was born, and Terry, so 25 years.
25-year gap. That's a big
Yeah.
old gap.
Yeah, that's a
Yep.
big gap.
How old was she when she had Terry then? She must have been
Terry-
like 16.
Terry was born. No, I think she was 21. I think Terry was born. Terry was born in 42. I think.
Wow.
I think he was born in 42. My
Feels like
sister was.
1,000
I
years
have a
ago.
brother
I know
born
it
in
does.
42. Wow.
He's still alive. He's still alive.
He's still
is?
here, yeah.
Yeah, he's at the
He
VA.
is. So there you have it. He's at the VA. My sister was born in 44. She's still around. Everybody's around except for my youngest brother.
I
He
know.
died young.
So weird.
All the older people are still alive, and he's dead.
Yep.
Unbelievable. But he was a North Minneapolis guy. He lived the North Minneapolis life. Like there were a lot of guns involved and drugs and all that kind of stuff. So, and a lot of alcohol. Lots of alcohol.
Yep, that's what got him.
Wow,
That's what
Charlie,
got him,
I'm the
man.
youngest, and my oldest brother is 19 years older. He's 88.
There you
Wow.
go. That's what I'm saying, right? Are you
got a big
Catholic?
span.
Can we ask that question? That
My
sounds
mom's
very
family has a
Catholic.
big span. My mom's the oldest, and so there's like 3, and then there's a massive gap, and then there's another 3. And then her 3 youngest siblings are closer in age to me than to her.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, there's another weird thing. My brother Terry, sister Bobby were born 2 years apart. Then my sister Vicky was born 5 years later, but I was born 2 years later. So you went 2, 2, skip 5 years, 2, 2, skip another 5 years. You go Todd and Tony, 2, 2. And then 5 years after that, Troy was born, but then my mother never had another baby. So, I mean, it was...
Can't
I don't-
imagine raising and getting 3 out of the house, basically, and then having 3 more. I just can't imagine it.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Well, you know.
That's a
gonna
lot.
do?
That's why vasectomies are so popular these days.
Oh, my mother was hard time Catholic. That would have never
Yeah.
gone over. No
Several
way.
kids
A guy
in
can't
this-
have a vasectomy in the Catholic Church? I thought you could.
You could, but I don't think
I mean,
Mom would.
No,
They don't do all that
onanism at
stuff
that
now, do
point. I
they?
don't know. It's
I remember for a
wonder.
long time it was okay to be on the pill to space your children. Mm-hmm. And then it was not okay. And then who's going to pay attention to what the church says about your reproductive
Right,
let's
right.
see.
situation?
Catholic Church, no, vasectomies are not acceptable.
I feel like people do it though.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
sure they do.
And
What do
it's
you? I
having
mean, what are they
7
going to do?
kids.
Like test it?
Well, what would Jesus do? Jesus would have a vasectomy.
There
he
you
had
go.
too
Tell me
many
what-
kids.
Jesus would be like, listen,
didn't have any
there's
kids.
inflation and 7 kids is expensive. Like, we
Yeah.
get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ted, have you guys, I don't know if it's, this started on TikTok and I don't know if it's infiltrated Facebook and Instagram at this point, but the girl that called a bunch of churches and mosques and temples just to see if they would buy a jar of, I don't know if you call it a jar, but whatever, of formula for her baby because they were starving. And most of the
yeah.
churches said no
Really?
because
Are
you're
you
not an
kidding?
actual parishioner. And like,
Well,
That's outrageous.
yes.
It is.
So, and she had like the crying baby. And this was obvious. She didn't have a real crying baby. She was like, I'm just trying to test and see if the churches are doing this and helping in the time, there's a shutdown and SNAP benefits, blah, blah, blah. So, one church, everyone's calling him the Appalachian, peepaw because he is in this obviously underserved area, of course. And he's like, oh my gosh, I will totally help you out of my own pocket. Our church doesn't have much. Like he goes, what flavor do you need? And he's like, I'm going to go and
Flavor.
buy it. So the church, because they said yes, and obviously they don't have much money, has seen over $100,000 in donations because they were so in that moment of just him being tested, wound up saying yes. And he did a sermon on Sunday and he was like crying over all of the donations that were rolling in. He's so sweet.
That's a nice story. I love that story.
Conversely, one of the mega churches that said absolutely not, their pastor did this really awful sermon on Sunday and was just like, this is not how we operate, blah, blah, blah. Like, getting very defensive, and people have been going and just leaving like a can of formula like on the doorstep of the church, being like, this is what you should be doing. This is how you serve people.
there you go.
Yeah.
It's been really interesting.
No doubt about it. Do you ever go through a situation, and I haven't thought about this in many, many, many years, but I had a friend in North Minneapolis who was one of the few Protestants in the neighborhood. Like I said, my neighborhood was Catholic and Jewish, pretty much. But he was a Protestant, and every time I'd go to his house, and I won't say my friend's name because whatever, but and his father was very nice to me, but every time he saw me, I knocked on the door, if his father opened the door, he'd go, oh, it's the dirty cat liquor, because I was Catholic.
The dirty cat liquor?
The dirty cat liquor.
Sounds like
That
Catholic.
sounds dirty.
Get it?
That's gross.
I'm like,
Yeah.
that sounds really
I think
dirty.
it's meant to be.
I know, it's like, okay, friends, dad, whatever you
Wow.
say.
Nice
there were-
guy.
Text
They were-
in. He says his dad was one of 3 boys and 12 girls,
Whoa,
and they all lived
What?
together in a farmhouse.
12 kids.
That's a
3
lot of
boys and
babies.
12 girls, 15 kids.
15 kids. Oh my.
That's got to be
That
like
is
a world record.
mind-boggling.
No, it's
No,
not
I
even
think there's
close.
somebody out there that had like 20
There's like 70,
kids.
I think,
Yeah.
is the world record.
Or the
70?
Duggars.
For a man, obviously, but I wonder.
God.
You see the
Wow.
Duggars? They had their own TV show on TLC for years,
Yeah.
19
Yeah.
and counting.
Yep.
Most births to a single woman is a Russian peasant in the 18th century who gave birth to 69 children.
Oh, that's not possible.
4
Would she
sets
have
of quadruplets, 7 sets of triplets, and 16 pairs of twins.
That's really unhealthy.
No, that cannot be good for you.
That just that grosses me out. Sorry.
Well, and especially a Russian peasant in the 18th century. I mean, it's like that's
In your
like the
body.
definition of starvation.
Right.
And now you have 69 children, 67 of which survived.
And she must have been pregnant from the time she was a teen until
Yeah.
she hit menopause.
Yep.
So the first birth happened in 1725, and she was born in 1707, so she was 18.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you have it.
Yeah, well, in some
Fun
cultures
stuff.
they're marrying them
That
when they're
doesn't
9
sound like
and
a
10
good
years old.
existence.
So, yeah.
To be
No,
honest.
probably not.
No.
Kristyn, you have to go, don't you? I think we held
what
you.
time is it?
Did we hold you too
It's
long?
9:06. No, I'm okay on today. So
Okay, good.
Okay.
Glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear that. And so is the listenership. All the
Yeah.
crowd just
No,
said,
I'll just flag
it-
if I'm like, I gotta go.
Well, we do have a very quick question from the audience. Is anyone interested in the new biopic of Michael Jackson coming out next year?
That is kind of controversial. So, of course, it is approved by the family. So there will be no molestation storylines
that's
in
good.
there.
Well, good.
No
That's
pedophilia,
good.
of course. His nephew Jafar plays Michael Jackson. Looks a lot like him. Sounds a lot like him. But the movie was held up a little bit because they were trying to push back on some of the molestation charges. If you guys remember, there was one case originally that was brought by a dentist's son. And they signed an agreement when Michael paid them off that they would never, ever appear in any sort of movie or any depiction of Michael Jackson. So they had to take all those scenes out and reshoot a whole bunch of stuff. So the film's been delayed. But it's kind of interesting. I mean, because it is rewriting part of Michael's story. You know, the pedophilia still remains a cloud over his head. And
Sure.
I will say, you know, maybe one of the cases was taking advantage of Michael, but I have plenty of friends that danced with Michael and were in the dance industry in that time period. And there were always allegations. There were always question marks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I think what's happened too is that two of the survivors have continued to sue the estate over and over again. And I think that has clouded a lot of the situation because people are like, they're just after money. But, you know, if you know anything about abuse, a lot of times you don't realize it was abuse until a decade later. You
Yeah.
didn't have language for it because you were a kid, you know? And
Yep.
unfortunately, the parents in a lot of these situations were fine with leaving their kid in Michael Jackson's care. And that is also an element of parental neglect and abuse.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the guy he had Arrested Development starting at probably the age of, 6 or 7?
Yeah.
Because he went into showbiz very young, and that's what happens is it stops your development mentally, and you're just kind of stuck in that place forever. And that was his thing. He was just
Yeah.
like mentally a child in a lot of ways.
Well,
And
a
for
lot
a
of them
fact-
do
Oh, go ahead.
drugs and alcohol at a very early age, and that also stunts your
Yep,
development.
sure does.
And for a fact, Joe Jackson was abusive to his children. That is
Yeah,
not.
he was.
That is
Yep.
a fact. That's not like an allegation, like you know some of the molestation charges. That is definitely been proven. So they had a very privileged life in some ways, but also a very rough life behind the scenes.
I want you to know that we have a locked-in audience. I did not know this until I just looked at my messages. There is a gathering going on in Minneapolis and St. Paul, and this person is telling me they're all saying hello at the festival they have going on. They're saying hello to the show, Tom Bernard Show, hello Tom Bernard Show from the Fat Chiropractors. What the
Fat
hell is the
chiropractors.
Fat Chiropractors?
I'm going to have to look this
There
up.
you go.
Is that an actual organization or like a loose
I don't-
organization?
Yeah, I
I
wonder.
don't know. I have no idea. Mom, I did it. I got into the Fat Chiropractors. I love that.
I cannot find anything about the Fat Chiropractor
Well,
organization.
it's probably just
You
a
can't find them.
local group of
Probably.
Could be. He's made it up.
guys. Yeah.
God, that's hilarious, though. I love
I bet you
that
there's
kind of stuff.
no women in that group.
Probably not.
I doubt it.
I would say you're probably right about
I
that.
don't think
know
they'd
if I've
want to
ever
be
seen
called a fat chiropractor.
I don't know if I've ever seen a female chiropractor in my life.
Oh, I had one.
Oh,
Did you?
there you go.
Yeah, she was great.
It's
And
got to
then-
be like overwhelmingly male for some
Yeah,
reason.
because they have to manipulate
That's
like
true.
large bodies and stuff. Maybe I don't know.
I've only had female chiropractors, to be honest.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, and then when my last chiropractor retired, I'm like, I'm retiring from chiropractors
Like
Sure.
She was
everyone's
amazing, and
immediately-
I tried to go to other people, and I was like, I don't trust anyone, so I'm like, I'm done.
Yep.
Oh.
Everyone's talking about Doc Ketchmark now. That's very nice.
Doc.
You know,
I think
he's
he
a
was the one that said fat
chiropractor.
chiropractor.
Oh, well,
What?
there you go. Is it tougher to become fat or a chiropractor? Depends on
Yes.
who you are
It depends on who you are.
and how old you are.
Yeah, I have a female up north, and there's a male down here. I don't know.
Huh.
Whatever works.
They're both good.
Whatever
both of
works is all I have to say.
It's nice for migraines.
Quickly before Kristyn goes, because this is relevant to the conversation we've been having, another person asked, what is the record for a single delivery of children? And the answer is 9.
9?
Someone had nonuplets 4 years ago in Morocco. Delivered via C-section, obviously.
How?
Remember Octomom?
Yeah, that
Octomom,
was like 15 years ago, something like that.
I think the kids are like 17 or 18. They just did a follow-up on Octomom recently.
Really?
Yep. But
Yeah.
now there's
Octomom.
Nonamom, or whatever you want to call it. I
So
don't
my
know.
mother would have been septimom.
Well, but she didn't
'Cause
have
she
them
had
all at
7
once.
kids. No, not all at once. No,
Well,
that's very true.
it's usually because of fertility drugs, right? That you have so many.
That can,
Yep.
well, that was the joke on The Simpsons, is Apu and his wife were having a hard time conceiving, so the entire town started like dosing them with fertility meds. Like,
Oh,
secretly.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
they put
no.
them in his coffee and stuff like that, or her coffee, and then she ended up having 8 kids.
Oh,
Whoa.
And then they were like, "Whoops,
I just don't even
Maybe that
understand how
happened
you
here.
could manage.
9 kids in one." I mean, like, how does the uterus not like rupture?
How do you deal with 8 kids?
And
at
that
one
too.
time?
Oh my-
They did
9
John and Kate plus 8 on TLC, and it was 6 kids, and they had already had twins before that. And I just even remember they showed the delivery and everything because they did like a whole docu-series with them. But that stomach with 6 babies was really large.
I can't
It's
even.
crazy
She wound up
what the
having a
human
tummy
body can
tuck
do.
later on because
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, you'd have
Yeah.
to.
yeah.
Very, very odd. All right. Well, you were very kind to us today. Thank you for sticking with us.
Of course, happy to do so.
I thought Sandy knew he was supposed to call in, but I.
He's
don't
here.
see-
I've just
Oh.
Oh, I thought you
Well,
would
enjoy
pop
the
him up.
cool weather while
Gotta
it
keep 'em
lasts.
segregated,
And the
that's all.
rain. I know. It makes you kind of sleepy.
It does. It's a good day for a nap.
Yep.
Indeed, but we will talk to you tomorrow.
Yes, I will see you all tomorrow morning.
Thanks very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Kristyn Burtt Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. We'll take a break. Be right back. Now, is Sandy going to be with us when we get back?
Yes, you will.
Excellent. We'll be right back.
From Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. What's up, Allie?
Oh, not much. Doing my usual thing of telling people they shouldn't be texting and driving. In Minnesota, you can't have your phone in your hands. You can use, hands-free, but you can't have your phone in your hands for whatever reason. And that's why they made the law the way they did, so that police officers could see a phone in your hand and you got no excuse for why you got it there.
Do people know that that's the law?
I hope so. I mean, they used to follow it, and then kind of COVID kind of made people forget, and now it's like a freewheeling world out there with cell phones.
Let's say you get pulled over because you do have a phone in your hand and you're not watching where you're going. You got to be in pretty big trouble then, I would guess.
Well, the first one's not as bad. It's the multiple ones, the problem. And once people start stacking them up, then they have a big problem. And then what we're doing in car accidents is we've started bringing motions for punitive damages, because I'm trying to use the civil law any way we can to stop this, because it needs to stop.
Whenever I'd had any problems in my life, who was that I called again? It was like an MB, something like that.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
Let me tell you about my bank, North American Banking Company. When it comes to banking, it's all about trust, and that's what you get with them. They've been around since 1998. They've always made it clear they're here to give you a better banking experience with a focus on the local community. And you won't be dealing with some AI chatbot. You'll get straight answers and quick decisions from real people that know you and your situation and are always ready to help. So, if you're tired of the big national banks and want something better, stop by and see my friends at North American Banking Company. Visit nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Sansevere Sports brought to you by Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury lawyers seeking justice for the injured. Contact Bradshaw and Bryant at minnesotapersonalinjury.com. What's going on, Sandy?
Other than Sam bagging a buck.
She bagged a buck, and Mary posted something about it, and something, hey, great, and then others, because Mary's got followers from around the country. She's got like 150,000 followers.
Wow.
And some of these people, murderer! How dare you
Oh, yeah, of
celebrate
course.
You
You're
know
always
what?
gonna get
Okay,
that.
they don't understand the whole thing about deer hunting is to keep the population
Yes.
from exploding, keeping them from starving, keeping them
That's
from
correct.
running in the road and killing
Yep.
people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's also people that do it. I mean, they already have. I mean, they would, but they have their deer because her husband got one too. They're already at the butcher shop, so they'll have food.
That's the thing I don't understand is shooting a deer and then not eating it.
Then it's
I don't
just
know,
sport.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, why not? You got like 100 pounds of meat right there. Eat it.
Well, it's like big game hunters. They're not eating the elephant or whatever
You can.
they're shooting. I mean,
Tasty.
but they don't.
Take the tusks, mount them on the wall, and eat the rest of the elephant.
Maybe the
There you
local
go.
village eats it. I don't know, but it's
That's-
just that's different.
Well, for me, if I'm going to go on a hunt, it's going to be for lobster.
There you
I'll
go.
eat those
There
right
you
on the
go.
spot. Give me a little. I'll bring a little pan of butter with me right on the boat.
There you go.
We'll cook them up.
I like it.
Yeah, that works for me, no question about it. I just, we got it covered, top to bottom. Things you won't eat, things you will eat, things. But
I remember one time you said you were going to go hunting.
I was, yeah. Didn't
Somebody
didn't
was
happening.
picking you up and you were going hunting, and I was like, "You don't even have boots.
happen. No, I didn't have boots. I was
You
wearing-
don't have any outdoor equipment to be outside for a whole
No.
weekend." And the guy came to the door to pick you up, and you just told me to tell him that you weren't home.
Yes.
And I remember saying, Tom was never going to go hunting with you.
Well,
I'm sorry. I don't know why he said he
didn't
would.
need boots. And back in the day, they wore moccasins.
Yeah, that's right.
That's true.
That's exactly right.
Some of those
What do you
things
need
are
boots
just like,
for?
how weird are you, Tom?
What do you mean?
Like, why would you tell somebody you're going to go hunting when you have no intention of going hunting?
Well, I thought maybe at the time I would,
No,
You didn't want to hurt his
Never.
feelings.
I guess.
but trying my best, trying my best to get by.
Very weird.
I'll go with you to Africa. We'll hunt big game.
Yeah.
The guy comes to the door.
Somebody puts together a $25,000 trip and you don't even come to the door.
I was just thinking about something. I mean, obviously there's meat on the table and all the rest of it, but I don't know, other than a mouse or a bug, that I've ever killed anything.
I think that's
hit a
pretty
deer?
normal.
Took him out.
Yeah. Was
Oh,
that?
Yeah.
You
You've
never
taken
took
out a deer with
a
your
deer?
car.
Oh, yeah, that one that spun around.
Yeah.
I'm driving down the road.
Whirlybird deer.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
in Dayton.
In Dayton,
In
Minnesota.
Dayton, there's a lot of big herds in Dayton
Yeah,
back
but is
then.
that killing a
Probably not
deer
anymore.
or is that a
No.
deer killing itself?
Yeah, pretty
'Cause,
much.
I mean, you know.
Well, potato.
Death
Okay.
death by fender.
Yeah,
Death
for
by
real.
fender.
It's at that point, it's squarely the deer's fault, I would argue.
Yeah.
Well, if they had a way to figure things out.
And what are you gonna
I
do?
don't know.
They're very dumb.
What can one say?
There.
Bob, I have to ask you a question because it's
Yeah.
your area. Why does Minnesota suck at sports so badly? This state has the worst teams every year. Why?
Well, in the case
Well.
of the Vikings, I think, and I mean, I put something out there today. I think you can squarely put it on the head coach. He's
Yeah. I agree.
arrogant. He's
Oh.
he's got a big ego. And I put it, Dan Campbell took over the Detroit Lions coach, took over play calling duties, and after what happened last week, and they routed the team they played this weekend.
Right.
I think to give balance to the universe, you should have the head coach of the Vikings giving up play calling duties. What he did on that 3rd and short, when they were running, having great success. You saw the game, right?
Yep, I did.
Great success running the ball. He goes deep.
Yep.
He has his guy, has J.J. McCarthy, who was never, a deep thrower
No.
in college because he wants to force the ball to McCarthy deep when you could throw to him short and get yardage that way. Because, and he explained afterward, well, it was a 4 down. We're going to use 4 downs, except if you get intercepted,
Right.
which you did. But there's other plays, too, that I've been saying it all year and last year, too, even when they were having success. You have a guy like Justin Jefferson, much like Cincinnati has a guy like Jamar Chase. What do they do with Chase? They put him in the flat. They give him a quick slant. They don't care if he goes deep. They just want the ball in his hands. And how? And there was a week ago, I thought, hey, he's starting to do that, but he doesn't stick with it. That ball should be going to Justin Jefferson. Half his routes, most of them should be short. J.J. McCarthy has the longest depth of pass in the league, meaning he's throwing deeper than anyone else. Is he completing them all? Nope. And then
Not
he has
even close.
no touch. I mean, he had Jefferson on the sideline, wide open, and he threw it 10 feet above his head.
He did, yeah.
And that will come with time.
Well, he's still our best quarterback, isn't he?
He's your only quarterback, except for Max Brosmer, the kid from the U, who your head coach was afraid to put in a few weeks ago.
So that other guy got cut. What's his name? The guy that
Carson Wentz is so beat up.
Carson Wentz.
He's not.
Up, yeah.
And he's on IR, so he's gonna.
There you go.
So
yeah,
that, but I mean, that's the big problem. And the Twins problem is they're owned by the Pohlads.
No, and that's exactly right. They will not spend money on that team. They won't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have people going after me that are friends of the Pohlads. It's like, what are you going after me for? Why don't you go after them? They're the ones who are taking the big money and never delivering a product.
Well, they're blinded by it then. How do you not see that that's the problem?
That's ridiculous.
And it's when you do what they did, when you strip the team, 40% of the team you trade away, and then you blame the manager,
Yeah.
and get rid of him to bring another guy in that you'll get rid of.
Yep.
But you cannot. The cycle has to end, and the only way for it to end is for the Pohlads to sell the team, which they don't plan to do. It appears
They have not had a good team in 35 years now.
the last World Series. There were some okay teams.
Okay.
Gardenhire for a while, but I mean
Yeah.
teams that got into the postseason,
Right.
which is all you want. I mean, you want to get in the postseason.
Mm-hmm.
And
would hope.
but now there's no hope for this team. But the problem is the cycle of you don't spend money on the team, nobody's going to come and watch your lousy team. So you're not making any money at the gate. You're not the Dodgers or the Yankees, where we're talking hundreds of millions in media deals.
Right.
Right.
Staggering how much they make in media deals, which is why they can afford to spend the money. So you have to make it by having a product people will pay to go into your stadium and watch them. And get a little leverage to get a little better TV radio deal, but they're not getting it because they stink.
They stink.
They have been horrible since 91?
Well, not horrible. No, that's not great.
Not
Put it
great.
There were
There
a
we go.
couple
Better.
of years.
They're horrible now.
Yeah, they're horrible now.
And here, you know why? And because they got little Joey Pohlad running the team, because he's the
Yeah.
grandson of Carl Pohlad, who probably has no background in anything else. He grew up with, I don't know what you want, a silver spoon, whatever you want to call it. But he is more active in, I think, the day-to-day of that team. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bore you to death.
No, she's got an appointment.
Oh.
But he's so bye-bye. He's more active than I think that his uncles ever were. Or his
I think you're probably right.
And that's
yeah,
a
I think
problem.
you're probably right about that. That was where the whole thing changed with me. To tell you, you just turned off my light instead of yours. It's destroying my career in here. It's typical.
You look good
There
under
you
any
go.
light.
Under any light. Yes, that's exactly it. You know what's so funny about that? In 1987, I had been at KQ for 2 years, and I came on KQ in 1986 and said, I can guarantee you, as long as this show's on the air, we're going to win a World Series or two. And everybody said, you're nuts. There's no way. 2 years later, 87, they won. 4 years after that, 91, they won again. But they haven't won anything since 1991.
Keep in mind, never heard you guarantee a Super Bowl.
I did, twice.
Super Bowl?
Yeah, absolutely I did. I guaranteed that Super Bowl in 87 and in 91.
No, those are World Series.
Oh, World Series. I didn't say Super
Yeah.
Bowl. You're right. What the hell am I thinking? I got distracted there by, I guess, blowing my own horn.
Okay, here.
But
Now-
the only reason I did that is to make the point that I was just fine the very first time I criticized the Pohlads. None of them have spoken to me since then. Not one of them.
They're thin-skinned.
I guess so. But, one of my good friends is also a really good friend of his, and he's a prick now, too, so there you go. I don't know. People get really weird, but I think that's a money thing more than anything. You know what I mean? You're pissing all over our moneymaker by calling the team horrible. Well, then put a good team on the field. You can
And
make more money.
But I don't understand how they don't see how the dots connect there.
I
If
don't
you have a
understand
good
that either.
team, people
Yep.
will come and watch it. I mean, they
Yep.
had nobody coming to the games by the end of last year.
No.
It was
there's
all
no way.
people went, but it was a ridiculously low number.
Do you know why people went? So they could drink.
Well, drink a lot cheaper at a local bar and
Yeah.
watch the game.
No, I suppose that's true. Yeah.
If I
But if
wanted
you
to
already
drink,
bought
I
the
would
tickets.
not go to a game.
Well, but if you already bought the tickets thinking the team was going to be good, you already paid for the ticket, so you may as well go to the game and get drunk.
Now, you and I, and all three of us are similar in this respect. I have sat in the stadium once or twice because I covered games and I was in the press box. I went the last time I went because my wife had an alumni cheerleading thing. So my kids we all went and watched. But I guess I talked to people about it. It must be the whole social part. It's the worst place to be watching a game is in a stadium.
Yeah, it is. I agree. I absolutely
Especially
agree
for
with
football.
that. Baseball, it's good. Football, it's not.
No, and it's good depending on where your seats are for the NBA.
Yeah.
And hockey, I mean, hockey, you're better being there than watching, I think, on TV. But football was made for television.
Mm-hmm.
And just going back, 2017 when they had the Super Bowl here, the number of people that, hey, can you get me tickets? Well, no, I can't, but take that money and buy a big screen TV. You'll have it for years.
Yeah, that's right. Very good point.
So I don't understand that one, but
yeah, I cannot believe, to tell you the truth, from the time that I guess the Twins came along when I was 9 years old. So did the Vikings. But so I was 9 years old, and all those, years going to the games and all that stuff. And every year I would go to the Twins games. I have not been to a Twins game now in, I think, 3 or 4 years.
But again, why would you?
Why would I? They suck.
I mean, unless you just want to sit outside if it's a nice sunny day and drink and hang out, but you can do that anywhere.
You know what? And as a matter of fact, the one game I went to 3 years ago, I was on a trip working in Miami, and the Twins happened to be playing Miami, and I went to the game because I had nothing else to do.
Well, that's actually a little bit different. But
it is totally different.
To want to go to and Target Field, it's a nice stadium.
It is, yeah, it absolutely is.
But it's just and it's easy to get in with the 2 ramps, but I have no interest in. But that's part of my Minneapolis moratorium.
Well, Bob, I don't blame you though. These teams are all horrible, all of them. Do they have a good team in any sport?
Wolves are, they're up and down.
They're good. Yeah, they're pretty good, but they've never won anything.
No, they have. None of them have, other than the Twins.
None of them have, other than the Twins. Yep.
And think about that. You're in your mid-30s, and you weren't around to even. If you're 40, you didn't really get. You were a little kid who's not going to have appreciated what happened.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. I mean, like my father was never interested in sports. My mother certainly wasn't. My brother Terry was in Vietnam, so there was nobody around that watched sports. I just hung around with Andy Fisher and the Laurent brothers and all my friends in North Minneapolis, and that's how I got involved with sports in the first place.
Well, and that's one of my regrets as a parent, because I did not take my kids to Vikings games because I was at Vikings games working. Yeah. And they're interested, but they're not like fervent fans, probably to their advantage.
Yeah.
And I didn't take them to other games because whenever I went to a pro game, I was working. I never went to watch because to me, I sort of equate it to if you're plumber, when you go home, do you want to work on the pipes?
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't want to. I mean, when I wasn't working, I didn't want to go anywhere near an arena or a stadium. I had no interest.
What are they going to do about a manager for the Minnesota Twins, Bob? They can't keep this guy.
Well, he'll be there a year or so, and then he'll be gone too. I mean, but how do you? What is it about a guy who has almost about 140 more losses than wins as a major league manager that was attractive to you?
I know. I don't understand. Never understand it, because they're not going to win either. There's no feeling of winning with that team. You can just feel when a team thinks they're going to win.
And in the past, they were able to draw players, some players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's the draw now? They would have to pay so much more money than any other team would for anyone because you're not coming here to win.
Yep.
So what they're looking at is guys coming off injuries and they've done a lot of this too, that nobody else wants.
Mm-hmm.
Or guys that are at the end of their career and they're looking for that last payday and nobody else will give it to them.
Right.
There's nothing about no player in his prime because they're not going to offer him the money anyway. I mean, where are they going to come up with big money to offer a player in the prime? It's not happening.
You're right. Want to take a quick break? Be right back. More with Bob Sansevere and Andy right after this. I'm talking with my friends Michael Bilski and Brad Huckle of North American Banking Company. Guys, business owners have had to deal with a lot over the last few years, haven't they?
They sure have, Tommy. We pride ourselves on being able to help our customers with the challenges they face. Our business bankers are experts and are always ready to help our customers capitalize on opportunities and solve problems.
Loan decisions come quickly because they're made here in the Twin Cities and not shipped out of state like at some of the national banks in town.
This allows our customers to expand their businesses with confidence, knowing that they have our team of experts in their corner.
Okay, so now you give me this big thing at the end. Way to go.
Well, you are the professional.
Oh, I forgot. Look, I know Brad and Mike, and I trust them with my banking. They've personally delivered on everything they've just said, so why not bank with my banker? North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Can't get enough Tom Bernard podcast? Well, you're looking for a vessel to contain your beverages, perhaps a hat or a hoodie to keep you warm in the cold months and looking cool in the warm months. We've even got luggage with our logo on it so you can show people overseas what they're missing out on. If any of this sounds like your kind of thing, simply head over to tombernardpodcast.com, click on the merch button, and shop away. Andy Jacobson making some good points. Second stringers that want to be starters, that's who comes to the Vikings. But they're still second stringers, unfortunately, unless we get lucky in the draft. Andy's making 3 good points in a row there, Andy Jacobson. Thank you, Andy. He's right. It's just, I don't know what it is with all of it. I mean, and the thing about it is, for me, Bob, the painful thing, and Andy also, obviously, is until I was 9 years old, Minnesota had some really pretty good teams.
Right, they won the Lakers.
They had the Lakers. They had the University of Minnesota won the title in
title, yeah.
What was it, 1960? I think that was.
Yep.
Somewhere there. I mean, the team, when I was a little boy, the teams were really, really good. Or not all of them, but some of them.
And now.
And now none of them are good.
You know, let's go to the Gophers for a second.
Okay.
I mean, everyone that, even if you're a Gopher fan, you have to say, well, yeah, they're going to, if we could get into the middle of the pack. But the excuse that they've got, you can't compete with Ohio State and Michigan and Oregon now that's in here. Here's the problem with that. Look what Indiana has done in just a couple of years.
Right.
I mean, they found a coach that can get things done for them, and you're still stuck with PJ Fleck, who still body surfs when they win a game. He dives into the arms of his players, and they, at some point they're going to back away and let him just flop. And he running out first. I'm not a huge fan.
I have, been around here. I used to travel a lot with Capitol Records and all that stuff, and other job doing voiceover. I cannot tell you how many people told me that they don't understand how anybody can live in Minnesota and follow sports because the politics in Minnesota is so over the top that it's unbearable. He would not
in the sports.
Yeah, I mean,
over the top and under the top.
Yeah, well, exactly. He just didn't. A lot of people have a tough time with Minnesota because it's so political now. My God, do you get some of those far one-sider people coming after you?
Oh yeah,
I do too.
Yeah, I mean it depends on. And the thing about it is, the ones that come the hardest are the anonymous ones.
Oh yeah, of course they are. Yeah, tough guys. Yeah,
they're cowards. They won't actually say who they are. And in one case, it's like one guy who's the anonymous one, and it's no big secret.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. How can you fail miserably for now 65 years? Jesus, I mean, think about that.
You talking about the Vikings and the Twins, or you're talking about
the Twins, because the Twins won a couple, but the University of Minnesota hasn't won since 1960, which is 65 years ago. Yeah. Okay, I mean the Vikings. That's what 35 years ago or 34 years ago, right? That was 91.
And this, on one hand, I'm not really being facetious, and it's sad to say, my daughter, as you know, is going to have a baby. She's due on the 18th. And this is not, I would hope that my grandchild lives to be 100 plus.
Yeah, sure.
But if she does, I would say in her lifetime, the Gophers will not win a national title.
Well, that's got over a century to go.
Well, we're almost there anyway since the last one, but where's the hope?
Yeah, there's no hope. You're absolutely right.
And what'll happen, top coaches are getting fired because their team, like Penn State coach, got fired because they lost some games. You know, the LSU coach gets fired. These are top programs. I guarantee you, PJ Fleck will get a raise at the end of the year.
Oh, yeah, I know. The guy's never won anything.
Because he wins some stupid condiment bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
Last year was
cares?
Mayo Bowl.
He's an arrogant dick anyway, isn't he?
What do you mean he will? He'll threaten, or his agent will. You know, people are talking. Who? Who's talking?
Yeah, like who?
If they are, take them.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
I
go
agree
down,
with you.
go down the street to St. Thomas and beg the coach there, Glenn Caruso, to run your program. He's an eye-tie who can get it done.
Yeah.
The Tommies coach. They just knocked
Yeah.
off. Now, when's the last time this has happened? The Tommies played. Now, again, it's a different level of Division I. They played Drake, which is the perennial conference champion, or has been the last few years, undefeated. St. Thomas goes to Drake and beats them, right? When's the last time the Gophers beat the top team in their conference?
Oh, let me think back.
When's the last time they beat Ohio State and Michigan and now Oregon, who they play this week?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be 50-some years, 60 years, isn't it?
Well, if it had, and maybe it's happened, but it's not standing out.
No, it's not.
So, it's a tough time to be frankly, it's tough to be a Minnesotan nowadays because of all the fraud and scandals politically, and because of all the, all the teams that suck, and because of all the snow that's coming. My God, what are we, nuts?
Well, it was 30, the high today in Orlando, Florida was 35 degrees.
Oh,
It's like,
ouch.
Whoa, man.
Okay. You know what? It'll be minus 35 here before long.
Well, that is true. There's
50s,
no
though, later. It's supposed to be 50, I think, today, right, Andy?
I think it's supposed to be close, but I was told it was going to get back up to the 60s, which is insane.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's supposed, I think
No,
over the
not the
weekend it might hit
60s.
it, or close to it.
57, so I mean,
I'll take it.
yeah, 57's not bad at all.
But then it'll turn.
Little
Always
turn,
turns.
having a
It
good
always
time.
turns.
There's always a turn.
Yep, there'll be a
There's no
turn.
question.
Now, I don't, because I know you don't talk much politics, but at least I think
No, I
you
don't
got to
really
be
talk
happy.
politics.
Everyone has to be happy about the shutdown, presumably coming to an end.
It should have
That's what they
never
say.
happened.
No.
Somebody told me that Chuck Schumer's career is pretty much over because of that.
Well, I'll tell you who's, his number two guy, or the number two guy in the Democratic Party in the Senate, Dick Durbin, voted to open.
Yeah,
and you
he
know
did.
what?
Yes, right.
I did not like him at first, but if I lived in Pennsylvania, I'd vote to reelect John Fetterman.
Yeah.
He's one of the most honest guys in politics, because he votes and he believes what his heart tells him and what's
Yeah,
best
he
for
does.
his
That's
state.
true.
And that, if more people would do that, instead of like the two we have here who just take the party line.
Yeah, they do.
Tina Smith and Amy Klobuchar, and I like Amy Klobuchar, but I don't like, her politics. And how do you just, because Chuck Schumer says it, we're going to go along with it. The guy's addled.
Yeah, he
I
needs
think.
to go. He's nothing but trouble. He's all about making money for himself.
Well, they want to punish all these people, the Democrats who voted in the Senate to end the shutdown. They want to
Yeah.
punish them. They're looking out for people. I mean, Tim Kaine, who I think is the East Coast version of Walz, he voted to
Yes.
open it, but he did it for his state because they have tens of thousands of federal workers who live in Virginia. So he did it to give
Yeah.
them relief.
Yes,
and that's
right.
what you should be doing as a senator. Look out for your state and your country, and I think that's what he did.
I've heard that there's something going on with Tim Walz, that there's some money missing, or there's a whole pile of money that nobody knows where
There's
it went.
always
And
piles of money missing.
that is true.
What? But
It
there's
happened
never,
to be.
but there's never any. The buck stops here.
No.
because who's going to go after him? The attorney general? I don't think
Yeah.
so.
You're right. I don't know. It's just this whole political thing makes me want to vomit.
Well, the only thing I hope for is when the election comes that people don't go into the voting booth and without having an idea or knowing what's happened in your state.
Right.
It was sad to see some of the people, and I don't know how small the percentage was, but these young liberal women in New York celebrating Mamdani and,
know.
hey, we'll get Sharia law now. They have no idea.
They
Women are
have no clue.
slaves in
Yep.
Sharia law, right?
Yep. They're nuts.
They have no say. I mean,
I
learn
don't
what
get
you're
it.
talking about.
I don't understand it, Bob. I really don't understand why they would have elected that man. He's literally saying, we need to get this thing all turned around and get with my thinking. Oh,
Yeah.
do we? Is that
Who's
what
going
we
to
need
pay
to
for
do?
all of it?
He had a very effective ad campaign. That's really all there is to it.
Yeah, that's pretty much true, isn't it?
He's young. He appealed, and people thought he was speaking from the heart. Well, sometimes the heart is wrong.
Yeah,
Hey, Hitler spoke from the heart.
that's true.
That's another thing. Wasn't that Schumer again, or who was calling Trump Hitler?
Everyone.
So was our governor, basically.
Oh, that's right. It was Tim Walz.
Well, he called the ICE, I think, Gestapo. And anyone who makes that Nazi reference, shame on you. And I would never vote for you because it was such a hideous time, and to basically minimize it by saying that.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. How many people did the Hitler regime murder? How many people did they kill?
6 to 7 million just
6
in
to 7 million.
concentration camps and just to exterminate, which is what it was.
So you want to call our president shoulder to shoulder akin to Hitler? Really?
Because
you really want to do that?
Well, because they know there are a number of people who just know Hitler was bad.
Yep.
They don't really know how
true.
bad it truly was.
True. Good point. Let's take our final break. Be right back. Wrap things up right after this. Michael Bryant. Michael, what's up?
Dealing with another case where a person gave a statement to the adjuster because they thought the person was really friendly.
Is that a good idea?
Well, the problem is they know the law when they call you up. And while you're trying to be fair and you're trying to get help, the reality is there are questions you get asked that the way you answer them make a big difference. And people put themselves in trouble. And when they aren't in trouble, they didn't do anything wrong. But suddenly the adjuster's got a statement that can blow up their case completely.
What has caused people to be so untrustworthy, I guess is the best way I could put it? They take advantage.
Well, insurance companies have hired adjusters whose job it is to deal with unrepresented people. So they're supposed to kind of lure them in, call them every day, see how they're doing, and people are like, oh, I'm doing pretty good. Where the reality is they've kind of adjusted to their problem that they've got going on. So it's not that they're completely better, but the way they say it gets to be a problem. And that's why having somebody who can explain your rights, represent you, make sure that you understand the law before you give a statement can make a big difference in your case.
Michael Bryant, Bradshaw and Bryant. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to me. Your customers are listening to me, and they'll hear me promote your business. The Tom Bernard Podcast attracts thousands of listeners who are loyal, engaged, and ready to support businesses they trust. Our podcast has helped numerous businesses increase traffic, sales, brand recognition. We're not just about ads, we're about results. Whether you're a local business or a national brand, we offer custom advertising packages designed to fit your unique needs and goals. Our audience spans multiple demographics, allowing you to target your ideal customers with precision, from millennials to baby boomers and everyone in between. With the broad reach of the show and passionate following, your business will see increased visibility and awareness, translating into more customers and sales. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, trying to solve all of the problems that the world has, and focusing, of course, on Minnesota.
I think
I'll tell you what the biggest problem. I'm sorry, go ahead, Andy.
I think the AI title writer did its best work with that song I just played. That was called Thunderous Thunder.
Thunderous Thunder. Don't forget it. Thunderous Thunder, Bob.
As opposed to normal thunder.
Now, the biggest problem that we have in the world is stupid people.
No question. There's
Look
no
at
getting
Virginia.
around
This
that.
Andy Jacobson, who he writes on your scroll there. They elected Jay Jones, who made death threats to the Republican colleague. No, he made death threats to his children as well.
Yeah, technically his children and his family. Yeah, they didn't.
Attorney
No one
General
cared.
elect in Virginia.
No
and
one
they
cared.
elected this guy. But this,
Jesus.
are they stupid or they just they just hate anything but the party line?
See, if I ever said
down the party line.
If I ever said I was going to kill Andy or Alex, Kathryn would have killed me. That would have been the end of that. So,
Well,
unbelievable.
but that's the world we live in.
Yeah, but why have people gotten so mean in the last 10, 15, 20 years? People are mean as hell.
Well, some of it is. I don't think you can deny. Some of it is social media. It
No
emboldens
question.
people,
Yes.
and it bleeds
Yep.
over into real
Yep.
life.
I think you're 100% accurate with that. Social media is a big problem because people can't handle it.
Well, they're keyboard warriors, and then but you confront them, and unless you confront them, they back off. Unless they're the anonymous ones, then they're
Right.
even more emboldened.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Frankly, I don't think anyone should be allowed to be anonymous on social media.
I agree with that too. You should stand up there and take a punch. If you want to make a statement and people don't like it, you should have to take the punch.
Yeah, I've never done anything anonymous, nor will I.
No, I never have either. I never have either. I just really wish this all would just calm down. Once again, I know I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but I just don't understand. What am I missing that makes one of these political parties all that much better than the other one? I mean, maybe you favor some of the ideas a little more than the others, but those two parties, they're doing the exact same thing. They're in it to make money. I hope you do know that, folks. Those people got elected to make money.
But the problem, Tom, is not like let's take those 10 Democrats who voted to not to keep the shutdown going.
Right.
They are moderate, and there are Republicans that are moderate. The problem is the far right and the far left.
Yep.
Those are the crazies, and those are the ones that I fear will take over their parties. I mean, this Mamdani got elected because he's as far left as you can go.
He is. He's way out.
And I think younger people, that's what they're indoctrinated. That's what they're being taught in schools, that this is the way it has to be done.
Yeah. No, I understand that. I still, to this day, Bob, on social media and other places, have people coming after me. And I don't even go after anybody all that hard unless it's very obvious what they're doing.
You become docile.
Yeah, I've become docile.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
His reaction.
I got to be honest with you. The social media thing, I still go on X once in a while to just, say, hey, the Vikings sucked in that game, or the Twins are worthless, or something like that. But I don't engage in battles on social media like some people do. I have no interest in that.
I'm more throw it out and let them battle each other.
Yeah, exactly. I would agree with that.
But I like to spark conversation.
Because you're a good man.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
All right, any closing words from either of the two of you?
Hey, Vikings, they could wind up losing 4 in a row.
Really?
They got the Bears, the Packers, and the Seahawks coming up. God, and they already got the loss to the Ravens, so it could be 4 in a row. I looked at it again, and unless things change dramatically, unless the coach gives up play calling, I'm looking at 2 more wins the rest of the way.
Oh.
Commanders and Giants, I think, is what they'll beat.
So what would they be, like 5-11 or something?
Oh, they'd be 6-11.
6-11.
Yeah.
God.
If that happened.
Well, it's going to happen. That team's terrible.
Well, I think that the coach needs to have he really needs to take a step back.
Well, he should get fired.
And let somebody else call. No, you know what? The one who's going to get fired is Kwesi.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't think they get along.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, yeah.
And the guy that's going to, the one who will come out on top of that one, at least for now, is going to be the head coach.
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll see.
All right, that's going to do it. Any closing words, Andy?
I don't think so. I think we pretty much covered everything.
We covered it all. Okay, good. Bob Sansevere Sports, brought to you by Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury lawyer seeking justice for the injured. Contact Bradshaw and Bryant at minnesotapersonalinjury.com. So I'm going to be back in town on Thursday.
Oh, you're going to be here for Thanksgiving, or you be back down there?
Well, assuming the flight goes out.
Yeah,
that's assuming. Exactly right. But yeah, we're coming home for a few days because there's a little boy that was born the same day I was, but many years later.
70 years almost exactly.
70 years exactly it was, yeah. All right, we will talk to you tomorrow. Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.